In today's training, I'm going to be walking you through how to model a fixed indexed annuity in the Voyant software. And I'm also going to be showing you how to use this as an example for your clients as a good option for a buffer against major loss scenarios so that they have some additional fixed income when there has been a market downturn. Now, I'm going to start with a plan where we have no annuity product and we're in a good situation. So right now we have a client who is meeting all of their retirement goals. We've got their brokerage account, we have some Social Security, and we have their 401k. If we look at their retirement section, these are their current assets. Now, what I want to do is model out a market downturn. So we're going to go to our plan settings and we're going to go to the major loss section. Now, you can customize these to fit the model that you would like to put into your plan. I'm going to do a 3-year major loss scenario, and let's just say we'll do a market downturn of -15% in the first year, -10 in the second, and -5 in the third. When you fill in the fixed growth inputs, the software will automatically fill out your allocation percentiles. These are going to be what the allocation percentiles for the asset allocation growths would be. So if you have an account growing by a asset mix, this will be automatically factored in for you. I'm going to click done to save this, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop this into the plan so that we can see how a 3-year major loss scenario would affect this client's outcome. I'm going to go to our plus button, go to events, and go to major loss. You'll see that this is automatically occurring at age 65. If you wanted to change that, you can just move this option right here. I'm going to click done to save, and you'll see this change from 100 to 83%. So Brent is no longer meeting all of his retirement goal. And if we go to our dashboard, you can now see we have some shortfall projected in his plan starting at age 82. So what I want to show our client is how moving some of his assets into a fixed indexed annuity might help buffer against some of this shortfall in the long term. So what I'm going to do is move over to our what if section and create a what if fixed indexed annuity option. Give it whatever name would make sense for what you want to demonstrate to your client. Create this plan, and we are going to go ahead and create a fixed income option by going to retirement, immediate deferred annuity. Now, if this annuity already exists, you would leave it as in payment, but I want to move assets that exist in this plan into this annuity, so I'm going to change this to future, and I'm going to actually fund it with assets that exist in this plan. So we're going to give this a name. All right, and this is going to be a pension type. It does have a capital protected element, and this is the value, and 30 years certain. If there is an escalation type, this is where you're going to enter that, and you're going to enter your beneficiary, and your fee rate will go here. This is editable, and then assumed interest rate is going to go in here. From here, you're going to go to timing and say when this is going to start in the plan. So I'm going to have it start this year. And on payment sources, if this is something you want to fund from an existing asset, you're going to select the asset that you want to use to fund it. And then we're going to click done to save. And we're now going to have this annuity in the plan. So if you click details, you'll see the annuity here in green. And we can see how much the annuity is funding in the plan. So we've got $18,992 is the payment that we're getting from that annuity every year to help bring up the expense fulfillment each year. And if we want to go and compare these two plans against each other to see how having the annuity and not having the annuity compare to each other, we would go to Let's See, Compare Plans Chart View. And now we can compare these two options against each other and see what the difference is. We've got a little bit more of a buffer in this age 82. So we have the ability to have a shortfall of 23,000 versus 58. And then from there on, we're going to see that same difference. We have a much shorter shortfall in these years than we do in the major loss no annuity plan. So what we're showing the client is that although a major market downturn would affect their plan long term, they would have much less shortfall projection in the long term than they would with this fixed indexed annuity option. They might have to adjust their spending a little bit, but not by nearly as much as they would with the plan that does not have this fixed income product. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at support@planwithvoyant.com, or you can click the name of your client in the top right corner, request support, enter your question into the text box, and share client access. Thanks for listening.